Hi, my name is Fanny and I'm a braider and hairstylist in Los Angeles. So I'm making this video because I used to be someone that used to really struggle with hair growth, and I see a lot of my clients struggle with it as well. So I wanted to share the method that enabled me to start growing my hair, and that was when I finally understood what protective hairstyling was and how to do it the right way. So the purpose of protective hairstyling is to reduce the amount of manipulation we put in our hair so that we reduce the amount of breakage that we cause to our hair. And so when we put our hair in these really tight protective hairstyles for really long periods of time without really giving our hair a break, we're increasing the breakage of our strands and we're damaging our hair follicle as well as causing inflammation to our scalp, which can actually lead to permanent hair loss. So tell me if you relate to this statement. You're constantly putting your hair in protective hairstyles, but you're not seeing hair growth. I wanted to make this video for you guys and for us. In this video, I wanted to share an alternative to the protective hairstyling we think about and an alternative to wash and goes, which often use gels that strip our hair. So I wanted to share the method I use to grow my hair to waist length. To grow my hair to waist length, I did low tension braid outs once every 1 to 2 weeks, and this allowed me to nourish my hair when I did them. And when done right, when I was able to take out my hair, it kept my hair in a state for optimal hair growth, and it also kept me from manipulating my hair too much. So I'm going to show you guys that process right now. Before I get into this video, please pause this video and like and subscribe for more. So this is me out of the shower. I put my hair quickly into braids. You kind of want to work faster this next part, but I'm going to take these out and I'm going to show you guys how I do my braid out. So this is my hair out of the braids, and the first thing I do is put my hair into sections. So I usually recommend putting your hair into sections depending on how tight or how loose your curl pattern is. If your hair is tighter, I recommend putting it into more sections, and if your hair is looser, I recommend putting it into less sections. You usually don't need to go over 8 sections in total. And most importantly, we're never going to use gel for this. And that's one of the main benefits of this hairstyle, is you can get defined curls without using gel. So the leave-in conditioner that I'm using is Garnier Fructis. This is what my mom uses. She has super long hair. I could probably insert a picture here, but any leave-in conditioner of your choice, this is just the one that works for me. The point is to really saturate your hair with the leave-in conditioner and to really keep your hair moist by adding water when you need to. Next, you're going to grab oils of your choice. I like to use a growth oil and I like to use tea tree. So personally, I like tea tree oil because it's really helpful for the scalp. It's anti-inflammatory and it just helps strengthen your hair roots. So I really like it for a scalp. I always recommend tea tree to my clients. So along with putting oil in your roots, make sure you saturate your ends as well. The next step is to braid, and when you do these braids, don't do them too tight, do them a bit looser at the root and more tighter towards the middle and the end. When you reach the end of your braid, add a little curl to the end. That way your hair retains more of a curl pattern and less of a braid pattern. You repeat this same process with the rest of the sections. You want to braid the roots loosely, but the hair itself, you want to kind of do that a bit tightly, because that's how the best wash and goes come out. And don't forget to add the curl to the end. Like I said before, when your hair gets dry, you could just spray water and re-wet it again. So these are the braids. You could choose to do more or less depending on the kind of curl pattern you had, and it's best to keep these in for 2 days or even more, just to make them look even more defined. So these are the braids after almost like 2 days. This is the night before I have to go somewhere, so I'm gonna take these out and these are gonna see. And the thing is, you don't have to be so perfect about the takedown, because sometimes the rougher or the less you care about the takedown, the more natural it looks. Because that's always my goal, is to go for like a natural look, but somewhat defined. When I do these braid outs, I find that it's best to take them out the day before rather than the day of you're ready to wear them out, just because of the way I prep them. Before I show you guys how I prep them, I just want you guys to take a look at how defined my hair looks. And that's really due to taking down the style when it's fully dry. And you know what too, sometimes the oil doesn't really work that well to keep my hair defined, especially when there's humidity. But for some reason, in this method, it just works. But every time, if you were to do this, just use products that are good for your hair type, so you can experiment with this. Now we're just separating the curls, but I wouldn't go so far as to separate them. Just kind of separate them like this, like pull them. Pull. I don't really go in and separate them because it kind of starts getting frizzy. Flip it out. In the back, you want to make sure that you cover up any line, so you're going to pull this way and this way. And this is the night before. You can do this the morning of, but the reason why I like to do it, because I like to tie it up. I like to tie it up like this, so that it stretches out my hair more. And this is just a hack that I do. I tie it up like this. Like this. I put a bonnet over the top so that it is, you know, so that the curls are preserved. But then it stretches out the back. And then that elongates my curls without making it look like I elongated them. And then I use a scarf like this. And I tie it like this here, and I'm going to show you guys what this does. This is a hack, and you know what, I used to be a student athlete as well, and a lot of the other student athletes that had curly hair, they would do this as well, because what it does is it lifts up here, making you look like you have more volume. So this is what I do. I go like this. And honestly, I do this the morning of. I don't always do it the night before, but I'm showing you guys right now because I'm gonna do it right now the night before. I leave it like this and it elongates it. So this is my hair the morning of. I'm gonna remove this first, flip it out a little bit. As you already see, and I had a bonnet on beforehand, but I just took it off. And you can untie this. What this does, it leaves it a bit lifted. So this is day one. And I wouldn't like really separate the curls. What I do is I pull and I like put my fingers in between, but I never like actually physically separate the curls, but that's how they get separated. Here's the back. With the middle part of the method, you see how it's a bit more lifted. And then I'll show you guys when I come back wherever I'm going how this thing holds up. Hi, so this is actually the day after, and I just took off my hair out of the bonnet, so I'm going to show you guys how it looks like. Let me see. And then mind you, yesterday I did a lot of things, so I worked out, I was running, and so to even have my hair this defined is even a plus. And the way I've been wearing out my hair is just in the middle part. So let me see if I want to do that today. After flipping it out, this is what I was able to get. And I also use a couple of bobby pins to help, you know, get those pieces into place. So this is just to show you that a braid out or a twist out can work just as good as a wash and go, and you don't even have to use gel. and it offers an alternative as a protective style because you're conditioning your hair and you're keeping it healthy rather than putting in all these gels and causing tension in your hair from all those tight protective styles. So this is my hair after the wash and go. This is an up close. Yes. And this is just to show you guys can achieve the same thing with the braid out that you can with the wash and go, and you don't have to use all the gels. So if you liked this video or you found it really informative, please consider liking it or sharing it to someone that you really feel like it can help. And if you'd like to learn more about hair health, hair styling, and everything in between, subscribe to my channel for more. I'll see you guys in the next one.